Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby, I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undenying, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble lacking everlasting ego. I guess it never hit you. Our conversation takes two, paying it some interest from time to time. Inside all that greatness and all of your adventures, you're all alone. Hold up, baby, I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undenying, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble lacking everlasting ego. Oh.
Hello everyone. Welcome again to Care and Truth. So today I brought this particular video because this is something that I feel like a lot of people are not talking about. Hold on. And when you try to remove educational system, something that can actually help the young ones and help people to understand the history of a particular country, and you try to undermine what has been going on in history, and you try to pull it out of schools, you get people like this lady over here that went on TikTok talking about some slaves, uh, maybe some slaves loved being slaves. And it's something, as an outsider, as an African, that is totally bizarre to me. Because if slavery was so fun, why didn't other people jump in? I mean, if it was so fun. So I'm going to bring up her video where she actually, talked about this bizarre topic and try to make sense of it. Although she did say that she does not stand with that. She does not, think it was a good thing, but she still tried to say, do you think that everybody was like, um, not happy with the system? Which make me think, I'm like, this is what happens when you don't want to teach younger children history, when you don't want to teach the history of the country so that people can learn from it, when you try to pull out important topics like this. It is embarrassing to see someone that is an adult thinking this way. So imagine that children that are going to be learning, when they don't learn about the history of their country, history is definitely going to repeat itself. It will repeat itself. So, with that being said, let me bring up this video so that you guys can see what I am talking about.
If we go back like a couple hundred years, it was pretty normal to own slaves. Is that right or correct?
Why are we talking about slavery?
Because I'm showing you why the ad populum fallacy is a logical fallacy.
Honestly, back then, a lot of Black people participated in the slave trade themselves. So
Yeah, that doesn't make slavery right. Are you trying to defend
it was
slavery?
a product of the time, dude. It
Are
was
you
a
trying to
product of the
defend
time.
slavery?
Did you not see Matt Walsh's new video on this topic?
I did, and I think that defending slavery is cringe as
Defending slavery, but I think we're illogical if we didn't realize that a lot of Black people enjoyed being slaves back when slavery was a thing.
How do you know that Black people enjoyed being slaves?
I mean, it's just in history. I've read about a lot of Black people not only participated in capturing slaves, but a lot of Black people enjoyed being slaves. Because of course, when you're
Really?
brought up doing something like being a slave your whole life, it's all you know. I'm sure a lot of slaves probably enjoyed it and were happy because that's the only lifestyle they were aware of.
That's crazy.
Can you not think like that? Is it really that dense?
I have
What
never
is like
heard of
that?
somebody enjoying having to work countless hours on a plantation, being dehumanized and whipped and told they're not human, and being beaten within an inch of their life, and being
saying that's
I don't think that people
I'm just
enjoyed
saying
that.
You can't deny the fact that there were probably slave owners that, just like there were really bad ones, there were probably slave owners that probably treated their slaves really nice too, right? You're not thinking logically.
gosh.
You're being so dense.
So I'm just gonna say that in general, I think it's wrong to own humans.
Of course, we're not in that time period anymore.
But you're defending slavery.
I'm not defending it. I'm saying it was a product of the time.
You said that Black people
my
enjoyed
God.
being slaves.
I think there were probably a good majority of Black people who back then were born and raised as slaves, probably because that's the only thing they knew. It was the environment they grew up in. If they had a slave owner who treated them well, they probably enjoyed their lives, a few of them. I think it's illogical to believe that every person who was a slave back then hated their life. I truly think that's illogical. I do.
I'm pretty
Is
sure that
she
being
serious?
owned is not a good thing.
Because you grew up in this generation and this is what you've been taught. And we know these things now.
No,
but back then,
not just because I
those
was
societal standards were not
These are the
created
kind of
yet.
people
not
that
just
would
because I
want
grew up in this
the
generation, but
history
because I can think
itself.
logically and morally on this topic, and why it is unfair to own another human based off of their birth as having a certain skin color, for example. That's unfair.
I'm pretending
and
I'm saying it's
illogical.
okay to own slaves now, because that's not what I'm insinuating.
You are defending slavery.
I'm not
You did say
defending
you are
it.
living in
I'm
this
just giving you the
generation.
facts. Aren't you all about facts over feelings?
Yeah, and I believe that slavery is immoral.
Right. And I do too. But the fact was, back then, I think you're illogical if you think that some of them didn't enjoy being slaves or enjoy their lives.
Why would anyone enjoy being a slave?
That's the environment you grew up in. That's all you've ever known. So if you grew up in that environment and you have a slave owner who treats you well, that's just all they know. So they probably were happy about it. They didn't know freedom. Why is it so hard for you to understand this?
What does a slave owner treating their slave well look like?
I mean, back then, I'm sure some of them, I'm pretty sure they fed them, right? Or probably that they weren't whipping anybody or not tormenting anyone. Just I don't have specific details for you.
Okay. As long as you're working inhumane hours on plantations, but you're being fed, then that's a good thing.
Again, I'm not saying slavery
that.
was a good thing. You're not going to try to make it seem like that's what I'm saying, because I don't know what you want me to say. If you want to believe that every person back then who was a slave hated their life, go for it.
Okay. Now, that was the full video of them having this argument. And I'm going to say I was repulsed. I was like, what are they teaching in school? Because if it's a part of the history, and having somebody of this age talking in this way, some people, I'm pretty sure they enjoyed. If it was some kind of enjoyment, why didn't the other people join in? Why didn't other people join in since it was so great? And owning somebody is absolutely not okay. And I understand the fact when she talked about, some other people also owned people. But this is the thing. The moral of the topic is you can't own anybody. This is the moral. And this is another topic that comes up with what is going on in the US, because at this point people outside are looking at this. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane to listen to all of that and hear her try to, make it sound like it wasn't all that bad. Oh, because they didn't know anything like freedom. Because if you're born there, you don't know anything like freedom. Makes me feel like, so it is okay because they didn't know freedom. It is absolutely insane. It is absolutely insane in many ways. Oh, they didn't know any other way. They didn't know about freedom. So many of them probably enjoyed walking in the fields. And oh, let's not talk about the part where she said maybe not all the owners were whipping people. So oh yeah, some people had a great life. Nobody had a great life. Nobody that is owned by anybody has a great life. In fact, no country that is being controlled by another country has any kind of sovereignty. It is insane the things that you can find on TikTok. Like this lady over here has around 300 and something thousand followers. And listening to this, I'm like, I don't understand what her content is. Because if you're talking this way in a public platform, it is disgraceful, even to the educational system. It is.
Something's missing inside of you.
So, I'm gonna say this. I would be absolutely terrified. Absolutely terrified of going to any kind of country that have anybody that thinks this way. Like, it is crazy that she would think that, oh, there was some time, some point in that time that, you know, some people that didn't know anything about freedom actually did enjoy that. If it was so great, because this is the thing, why didn't the Caucasian participate in that? And this is what they want to pull out of schools. They want to pull out history, teaching the fundamental, you know, truth about history. This is saddening. That's why my last video was like they're going back. Because some people are so emboldened to speak this way and think it was okay. It is absolutely disheartening for some. I'm just gonna call it what it is. For you to think, oh, maybe in those days they had people that actually like that. Who came out and told you that they like that? I'm gonna say this generation of our generation need to, you understand, learn from what happened, the past mistakes, because there is no future or anybody being free with this kind of mindset. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Thank you all for listening and watching this. Please don't forget to press that like button, subscribe, and I will come back next time with something new. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this. Thank you all. Have a great day. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this troubling video. Have a great day and goodbye.